Okay, what's the real reason cops have a nefarious relationship with black men? There are two sides to every story, y'all, but there's only one backstory. So everywhere you look, there is this narrative that cops are killing black men. Yes, there are some men that have died at the hands of cops, but why and how? Okay, so you see the outcome of the shooting or the murder and you react. You do exactly what you're programmed to do with no questions asked. But how does it all come to be? How do we get programmed into thinking that this narrative that is being put forth is a narrative that we want to see? I'm a huge advocate of the law of assumption. The law of assumption is a law that was discovered by Neville Goddard. The law of assumption is a positive thinking or affirming technique that states that believing something already exists in your life will cause it to manifest into existence. So I grew up in Flint, Michigan, murder capital of the world, crime, drugs, you name it, the city has it. But my parents never instilled the belief in us that cops were bad or that police officers would do us harm or that they will kill us. And don't get me wrong, I know it's a different time now to 2024, but my parents, they were the advocates of peace. I would say they were the advocates of it's okay. They were the advocates of things will work itself out. So the beliefs of cops being the bad guy never played a role in our lives. Key word here, belief. A belief is a thought you keep thinking over and over and over until your subconscious is impressed by the belief. So you're feeding your subconscious and your subconscious will believe it to be true and manifest it. Okay, it will manifest what you're thinking into your experience, into your 3D, into your life. That's how it all works. Let's talk about the narrative of cops and black men. Where did that derive from? Where did it come from? The idea that cops are specifically targeting black men. It had to come from somewhere. If you're a history buff, you know that it came from slavery. Where are your papers, freedom papers, also known as certificates of freedom, were documents that proved an African American's legal freedom during slavery. They were important because free people of color were constantly fearful of being stopped, being kidnapped, and sold back into slavery. Freedom papers were legal affidavits that would protect people from slave catchers and kidnappers. So that assumption started there and was passed down for generations to come. That's where the idea derived from, that once you get stopped as a citizen on the street or in a car or whatever, the mindset came from the idea that derived from that pinnacle point or that horrific point in time in our history where a slave would be accosted or asked about papers. So when you get pulled over, the first thing they say, hey, where's your driver's license? Where's your insurance? Keep your hands on the wheel, things like that. And all it did was kind of trickle down into where we are today, 2024, generationally. Okay, and you cut to 2024, and yes, don't get me wrong, some black men are being accosted by cops with the assumption that the cops are no good. Of course, they have the idea, they have the thought, they have the vision, they have the tangible evidence by looking at the media that cops are bad, cops are horrible, or whatever the case may be. And I'm gonna tell you how. Remember, it's all about the law of assumption. Whatever you assume, it get impressed to your subconscious, and once it's impressed into your subconscious must present it in a reality-based world, the real world, the 3D for you. It don't matter what it is. It's going to show you it to be true. And so now you have parents that are having the talk with their kids about police. Why are you doing that? Like, that's just, it's insane to me that you're having a talk, because there's only two emotions that you can live in. There's either fear or love. That's it. Everything else is in between there, but it's only fear or love. Those are the two things. Everything we do out of life is based out of fear or love, and that's it. So instead of talking to your kids about all these things that are, could be harmful to them, or could be really horrific in their lives, talk to them about love. And I'm gonna give you an example. When I'm talking about the law of assumptions, and I'm gonna show you simply how we've been told to affirm, okay? Affirm that these cops are bad. Have you ever heard these? Cops kill black men. I think cops are evil. I hate cops. Those are all affirmations that are programmed into our brains. Every one of our brains, those are our affirmations. Unfortunately, it is. And then you have the media that does not help. The media and news circuit, they'll write up a story, and the heading will read, "Cops kills black man." It won't read "Cop kills man." So what that does is it reinforces what you've already put in your mind. And so of course the 3D, the world must show you exactly that. So you're gonna see it in a newspaper, you're gonna see it in media, you're gonna see it on the internet, and sometimes you may even see it in real life with your family, with your friends, whatever the case may be. And it's because we're programming using the law of assumption into your own mind, and you're stating that what you're saying is true. And like I say, your subconscious don't know if it's true or not. It just wants to give you what you want. Just like if I told myself I'm the best looking man in the world, it will show itself in my 3D eventually, especially if I repeat it over and over and over. Remember, a belief is a thought you keep thinking over and over and over. So if I'm thinking cops are bad, cops are horrible, cops kill black men, cops are this, it's going to show me that in the world. It has to. It's law. It must do that. So to take that power back, it's all about new affirmations. Every time you see a cop or articles, you have a choice to say things like, "I am safe. All cops are truthful and friendly. Cops are here to help me. I love good cops. Cops are fun to be around." Whatever you got to do to put it in your subconscious that cops are friendly, they're cool, they're great, they don't harm you. Whatever you got to do, you have to reinforce that. Now, let me tell you, whenever I see a cop car, I won't like, because I deliberately do this, and among other things, but this specifically because the media try to program you or program me into thinking that cops are one way. So whenever I see a cop car, I use those affirmations. Oh, that's a great cop. Oh, he's doing his job. He does his job to protect me and my family. He does his job to protect the community. Like I constantly put that in my brain. I even wave to him. You have to. Remember, you're going to either operate in fear or love. There's nothing else. There's anything you're going to be doing that's going to be in between those two emotions. It's that simple. Now, what is my overall opinion about the law of assumption and affirmations and the narrative of black men and cops? I am not saying that these men's lives didn't matter. I'm merely stating that pointing the direction of our thoughts towards purpose and love will always lead to, more pleasing manifestations. Proverbs 4:2-3 says, "Be careful what you think, because your thoughts run your life." Be careful what you think, because your thoughts run your life. Take your power back. It's all in here. It's all in here. So everything that you're seeing in your 3D in the world is starting in here first, and then you're seeing the manifestations outside of you. Okay, that's just how it works. I haven't been stopped by a cop, and I can tell you how many years. I can't tell you, and it's because I choose to look at it in love as opposed to fear. If you like the video, I hope you like, and I hope you subscribe. Give me your opinion. What do you think about the law of assumption and this topic? I would really like to know.